What if I told you that all this time we have been living a temporary lie? You were not born on the day you think you were born, nor did you celebrate the holidays on the correct day. This is what an old Bible found in 1775 tells us, which explains a hard truth to us. We are living out of phase with our true reality. That is why, in this video, we will thoroughly explore this mysterious world of this ancient Bible, exploring its hidden teachings and the implications of its message, revealing the uncomfortable truths that challenge our perception of the world and question the narratives accepted by society. Stay until the end and prepare to discover one of the best hidden truths of our world. In this curious Bible from 1775, an alternative view of the calendar is proposed, with March as the first month of the year and Sunday as the first day of the week. But how is it possible that the calendar we use today is different from the one mentioned in this ancient Bible? But before giving answers to all the questions that are on your mind, let's talk a little about the origin of this Bible and why its calendar is different. In 1775, the world was a very different place than it is today. People had different beliefs, customs, and ways of understanding time. At that time, the Gregorian calendar we use today was not as common as it is today. Instead, many cultures used calendars based on lunar or seasonal cycles. The Bible of 1775 reflects one of those alternative calendars. In this calendar, March marks the beginning of the year, probably because it coincides with the spring equinox, an important time in many cultures. And Sunday, the day on which most religious services are held, was considered the first day of the week. This might seem like a simple, curious fact to you, because in the end it doesn't matter much if we don't follow the original schedule, does it? The truth is that it does happen a lot, since what this Bible wants to tell us is that the Gregorian calendar, the one we have been using forever, is not perfectly aligned with these celestial cycles. This is where the astrological implications come in. Astrology is the study of how the positions and movements of celestial bodies can influence life on Earth. And aligning the calendar with these cycles is critical for many astrology practitioners. When the conventional calendar does not exactly match the celestial cycles, challenges can arise. For example, in astrology, the positions of the sun, moon, and planets are used to make predictions and understand the energies around us. If the calendar is misaligned with these cycles, astrological interpretations may not be as accurate as they could be. Additionally, the connection between the calendar and celestial cycles may also have deeper implications for our daily lives and religious traditions. Many cultures have developed festivals and ceremonies based on the movements of celestial bodies, and calendar misalignment could affect how we celebrate and honor these traditions. For example, if a religious festival is timed to coincide with a specific phase of the moon, but the conventional calendar indicates a different date, this could affect how the event is perceived and celebrated. Let's take Christmas as an example. For many people, Christmas is a time of joy, gifts, and spending time with family. But did you know that Christmas has deep historical roots and connections to ancient pagan holidays and solar cycles? In ancient times, many cultures celebrated the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, as a time of renewal and hope. These pagan festivals often involved rituals and ceremonies intended to welcome the rebirth of the sun and the beginning of longer days. Over time, the Christian Church adopted December 25th as the date to celebrate the birth of Jesus, perhaps to replace the pagan holidays with a religious celebration. However, there is evidence to suggest that the actual date of Jesus' birth could have been at a different time of year. So what does this change mean for Christmas and other holidays? On the one hand, it invites us to reflect on the meaning behind these celebrations. Are we really celebrating what we think we are celebrating? Or have we lost sight of the historical and spiritual roots of these holidays amid all the commercial hubbub? This idea challenges our conventional understanding of the Christmas story. Consider this. The birth of Jesus in spring would coincide with a time of rebirth and renewal in nature. It is a time when flowers are blooming, trees are budding, and the world seems to come alive again after winter. Therefore, it is more likely that this event occurred at the beginning of December and not at the end as we have been taught. From a spiritual point of view, this could give a new dimension to the teachings of Jesus. His birth in spring could symbolize not only the beginning of his earthly life, but also the beginning of a new cycle of hope and transformation for all humanity. And this is just one of the many changes that the calendar has undergone throughout history. That is, it may be possible that we are much further away from the astronomically exact date than we think. For example, the Julian Calendar, introduced by Julius Caesar in 46 BC, was designed to correct inconsistencies in the earlier Roman calendar and establish a more accurate system based on the solar year. This change not only had practical implications, but also political ones, as it helped solidify Julius Caesar's power and his legacy as a leader. Later, the Gregorian Calendar, introduced by Pope Gregory III in 1582, was designed to correct a gap in the Julian calendar that had accumulated over the centuries. This reform was driven in part by religious considerations, since it sought to synchronize the calendar with the celebration of Easter, a central holiday in Christian tradition. These changes to calendars not only had political and religious implications, but also affected our perception of time and the cosmos. For example, the Gregorian calendar altered the way we perceive leap years and moving holidays, such as Easter. Ancient calendars were often closely linked to astronomical observations and natural cycles, reflecting a deeper connection between humans and the world around them. However, as calendars have become more standardized and removed from their natural roots, we may have lost some of that connection. And again, you may think that this is not really a problem for you, but it has implications far beyond the spiritual side, implications that affect our daily lives. Let's start with agriculture. Natural cycles, such as the seasons and lunar phases, play a crucial role in agriculture, determining when to plant, harvest, and perform other agricultural activities. If the calendar we use does not accurately reflect these natural cycles, farmers could face challenges planning their crops and maximizing their harvests. Regarding mental health, our connection with nature and its cycles also influences our emotional and psychological well-being. Seasonal changes, for example, can affect our mood and energy. If we are disconnected from these natural cycles due to calendar misalignment, we may experience increased stress and anxiety. Additionally, collective spirituality can also be affected by misalignment between the calendar and natural cycles. Many spiritual traditions are rooted in the observation and celebration of natural rhythms, such as the summer solstice or spring equinox. So what can we do about it? One option is to reconsider our practices and realign them with natural rhythms. For example, practicing agriculture and gardening according to the lunar phases allows us to work with the cycles of the moon to obtain better results when growing plants. If you have plants in your house, you should take into account the growth phase of the moon promotes better plant growth, while the waning phase is ideal for tasks such as pruning and harvesting. By following these lunar cycles, we can make the most of the power of nature and grow better crops and healthier gardens. Additionally, spending more time outdoors can have countless benefits for our physical, mental, and emotional health. In modern society, we often disconnect from nature due to our busy lives focused on screens and indoor comforts. However, walking in nature, having picnics in the park, or simply sitting and enjoying the fresh air and sounds of nature can help us reduce stress, improve our mood, and increase our creativity. Additionally, spending time outdoors gives us the opportunity to observe and appreciate the natural cycles around us, such as the changing of the seasons and the day and night cycle. These activities will give us a different atmosphere. Now we will live at our own pace, the original rhythm, and not the one that has been imposed on us. You will feel more liberated and purer. Your elevation will become much more noticeable. Why not then take the knowledge of this Bible? The change could be more abysmal than you imagine. What do you think about this topic? Have you heard about this curious Bible? We read you in comments. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you like this type of content, don't hesitate to support the channel with your like and subscription. I also invite you to take a look at our other videos. I'm sure that more than one will be to your liking. Thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.